Hello again, it's Neil Dugan here from Conscious of Health, and today we're going to continue our series on geopathic and environmental stress, and we're going to look at the particular stress relating to entities. Now, entities is an extremely charged concept, so depending on the culture that you come from, you might think in terms of something like ghosts, which is common in our Western society, but equally it could be to do with things like spirit guides, or it could be to do with malicious spirits, or indeed, the devil. So when we talk about entities, I don't try to actually identify what the specific entity is, because I generally find that it's not necessary for us to know the actual origin of the entity. All we need to know is whether the entity is inhabiting a particular area, whether it be a part of a home or another building, or indeed actually out in the yard, or somewhere where you frequent. And places where these entities tend to frequent is where there's been a lot of ongoing suffering and that type of thing happening. So a classic example would be old bars where people have been there drunks and that type of thing for years and years and years. They're absolutely swarming with these entities. Now, the entities can be something as simple as the memory of the people that have been there, so it doesn't even have to be thought about as being the people themselves. It's just the memory of the people being there. Or depending on your culture and what you're comfortable with, you might be more happy to think about the shade, or the some sort of aspect of the person which has gone on after death. So these entities can undoubtedly either help or not help you. So we'll get away from the uncomfortable stuff of actually trying to describe what they are and where they come from. What really matters is actually how they're impacting on your health and your well-being. So they can either be helpful or not helpful. And in the case of people coming to us at the clinic or contacting us from all around the world, they're dealing with entities which are not helping them. So these are entities which are completely unhelpful to them in terms of their health and well-being. Now, the list of symptoms that you can have, or the effects that can occur with your body, are exactly the same as any of the other type of environmental and geopathic stress causes that we've actually been talking about. And there's a separate video actually identifying clinically the main groupings of disease that we actually find that are related to these types of environmental or geopathic stress. So the entities themselves, what we find that we have to do, how we actually manage them, having identified that there are entities there and then they're not helpful, what we do is we do some sessions, some energy medicine sessions, both on the person who's experiencing the stress, but also on the environment, to actually get some balance and some harmony in the environment, so that these entities don't feel as though they need to be there creating trouble. So by doing the balance and the harmonising within the actual area of the building, the entities may or may not go or stay. That's up to them what they're doing. But what we're looking for is for them not to be actually creating a negative effect on the people who are actually living in the area or frequenting a particular place. So that's a brief introduction to entities. I could talk for hours and hours on the subject, and probably the most useful thing for people who are actually suffering from this particular type of issue is to make contact with us, and we can actually work through your specific case. But that's the matter of entities and how they impact on you, and the range of them. So I hope you found that useful, and look out for the other videos on environmental and geopathic stress. Thank you very much for watching. Hello again, it's Neil Dugan here again. If you've enjoyed watching this short video and you'd like to get more information about this, I have made 20 videos of the most frequently asked questions that people have about the subject of geopathic stress, environmental stress, how it impacts on you as an individual, and how your health and your well-being of your family is being affected by this type of stress in your environment. If you would like the information, we have these 20 videos. I'm happy to email them to you. All you need to do is complete the form. You don't need to be concerned at all about completing the form. We will not use your information for any other purpose other than to communicate with you about this valuable information. So please complete the form, and we'll get these videos across to you, and look forward to catching up with you on all this wonderful information. Thank you very much.